It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season, as we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts, as this one is underway on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's into the clear. The 40, 20, 10, 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 74 yards. So all the way down close to the goal line. Good blocking up front. Helped to spring him.
When this drive is over, he's got to get to the bench and sing kumbaya with the offensive line, doesn't he? Big-time openings for him. Gets him all the way down to the 2-yard line. Let's see if they can pound it in.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Drop behind the line on a nice play by Deion Jones. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of the carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to go. They'd love to hang a second one right here, right now.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's got room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A first catch there for the NFL's leading receiver in Week 1 in terms of yardage. Also a first down.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, obviously a great start to the season, doing it in Week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
You did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
After almost signing with Kansas City last offseason, Juju Smith-Schuster actually left Pittsburgh for KC this year as a free agent. He'll be one of the top targets for KC's offense this year as he chases his second career 1,000-yard season. Always reliable, operating out of the slot. Look for him to catch plenty of balls, as we just saw there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Chiefs 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs respond to that opening drive touchdown with 1 of their own. An extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Charger drive about to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Chris Jones, the all-pro defensive tackle, there to make the play defensively.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Herbert now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as it gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play Week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or Week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And when the time has expired on the first quarter, through one quarter, 14-7 our score. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I Iceman can go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
It was Brian Cook who made the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On second down, Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a first down throw, complete downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now it's Herbert. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie things at 17 all.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
To throw again on second down, Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. They'll look to throw here. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A credit to tackle to Juan Thornhill.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week picking up. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try to field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. Hopkins' kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Chris Jones on the stop.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out in the front.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And Allen's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. It's Eckler again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Herbert now. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. This is a counter play. Eckler. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle with Eckler. 102 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second.